friends. Welcome to the Comfy Nest with Grace. It is Lots of Love Wednesday. I got my I forgot I even made this little cute sign. It's Lots of Love Wednesday. I made this one of the Couture surfaces a while back. This is one of those that fits in the little holder. Um, it's Lots of Love Wednesday. So every first Wednesday of the month, I try to do this where we recognize all of the donors to Lots of Love for the month before. And I choose one random winner to win a Lots of Love prize. So that's what we're doing today. And we're going to do a mixed media project. So before we do this, though, I really do need to make sure that this feed is working. So I'm going to try to grab it here. Let's see. On my computer. Let's see if I can find it. If you guys see me, let me know. Say hello in the comments. Well, it's showing that I'm live. Oh my gosh, it's working. Woohoo! I guess it's not broken after all. Hey, Andrea, how are you? How are you, friend? Thanks for being here. Hey, Callie. Welcome, darling. There's Judy Cushing. Thank you for saying hello. I love that you guys are here and that you're commenting. It means a lot to me. So every month, I choose one winner randomly from all of the ladies who went to my chalk site and made a Watts of Love donation. So Watts of Love is a nonprofit organization that brings solar powered lights to people who live in darkness. That can be as a result of a major storm or a hurricane here in the US, or it can be in villages in Africa where they literally don't have electricity. So they bring these solar powered lights to people. For example, in Malawi, the country that Chalk Couture focuses on, a lot of those folks live in homes that don't have electricity. So they're burning kerosene or candles for light. And to have a solar power light is hugely beneficial, financially beneficial to these people. So Watts of Love goes around the world and does that. They bring light to people who live in darkness. So anybody who goes to my chalk site and rounds up their order to Watts of Love, so it's under $1 donation, their name goes on the prize wheel, as well as anybody who goes to my site and just makes a flat donation. So I already chose the winner and I announced it earlier. But this is what the prize wheel looks like. I printed this off. These are all the ladies. Special shout out to these giving hearts. Susan McMichael, Terry Green, Marcia Yowell, Cheryl Kelly, Dana Vadavato, Missy McComb, Denise Winton. And Susan gave 3 times. So every time you place an order and you round up, or anytime you go and make even $1 donation from my chalk site, your name goes on the wheel of names. And I choose somebody to send some Chalk Couture goodies to. So the winner is Cheryl Kelly. Cheryl Kelly, you won the Chalk Couture goodies this month. Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so happy about that. I do I record I record it where the little random wheel of name, it spins and then it picks a name and it does a little applause, and I shared that here on the page as a reel, and I shared it in the private group for Chalk Couture. So I'm super excited for Cheryl, and thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody who makes a donation. You guys are the awesomest, bestest people ever. There's Michelle. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks for spreading the wealth, spreading the blessings, all the things that we say. Thank you for doing that. Happy Wednesday, Janet. Thanks. It's good to see you too. Hey, Tita. I can see that Tita is here. I'm not sure who this is. It just says Facebook user, but I'm happy to see that you're here too. If I hop on over to Facebook, I could probably see who that is. Who said happy to be here? Oh, Facebook is a little wonky though today. What is going on? Nope, I can't get to it, girls. Can't get to it. I'm not sure who that was. All right. Anyway, let's get crafty. We want to do some crafting. We announced the winner. I'm going to hide this comment. Let's get you big on this table here. I chose a piece of rice paper from my shop to do another mixed media page. So this is the rice paper we're going to work on. What do you think? I already went around and tore off the edges, the white border and the little bit of information about who made it, the manufacturer. This is a Decoupage Queen paper. I think it's from ITD Limited, if I remember right, the actual manufacturer or designing team, but I think it's really cool. It struck me when I first saw it. I bought it for the store, so I have some of these in the store, but I haven't used it yet. But I do find it very striking, and I wonder what you think of it. It's not, I wouldn't hang this in my house. So let's just talk about this for a minute. I like it, but I wouldn't hang it in my house. Right? Anybody else with me on this? I do think it's very cool. I love the play on colors with the black and white here, the black and white in her outfit. The photo is black and white, but it has this gorgeous teal green and probably like a metallic gold wax on it. Beautiful, beautiful frame around her. I know it's probably hard for you to see, but I love the play on the colors. I think it's very dramatic. I think it's very cool, but I would not hang this in my house. It's just not my style. It just doesn't vibe at all with my house. So that doesn't mean I can't create with it, right? So we're going to create a mixed media page with it. Just it's going to make me happy to create something pretty with this, but it doesn't have to be on a board that I'm going to hang up in my house, right? And we can incorporate Couture into this. So that's what we're going to do. You thought that was a real ribbon. What? You thought what was a real ribbon, Michelle? What? This? What did you think was a real ribbon, my darling? Tell me. Say some more, please, so we can chat about it. All right. So what I did was I grabbed a piece of 9x12 watercolor paper. That's been the base that I've been using for these pages. And you can see this A4 sized rice paper fits on there beautifully. Just to remind you, let me grab the book. This is the book we're working out of. So I made this. It's not complete the way I look at it. This was a Couture envelope that I had done some paper collage on. I made a masterboard. I opened the envelope up and made a masterboard with paper collage. Okay. Then I decided to use it as a cover for this particular journal. So it's a really big journal. And instead of tying it, sewing it together for real permanently, all I did was put 3 rings, these metal rings around it so that I could easily insert pages. So over the last several weeks, it's probably been a couple of months, we've been working on a mixed media page, a chalk journal page, as I call it, each week on Wednesday. So these are the ones. So each one of them has a featured Couture design on it, which is super exciting and fun because, like I said, there are some things that I love, but I wouldn't necessarily hang it in my house, but that I still want to create with it. So using a chalk journal is a great way to do it. Hey, look right behind me. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, girls. Where is it? That one that I love so much. This is the boot we did. Nope, this is the one we did last week. See behind me, this one right here. This is a Couture design. Do more of what you love. And I put it on brick paper. And I have this hanging because I love it. This is hang worthy in my house. I love the phrase. I love teal, so I used teal chalk paste. I used brick paper because I thought it was really cute. And it's just a 9x12 frame that I stuck the paper in once it was done. So that I wanted to hang in my house. But not everything that I see is something I will hang in my house, but I still want to play with it. I still want to play. So I encourage you to create in books. I really do. I know many of you who are here on a regular basis with me, you're probably already doing that, or maybe you really enjoy watching me do that. But my real hope and desire is to, dare I say, influence you enough or encourage you enough to get a book, create a book. You can just get watercolor paper and keep creating on watercolor paper like I am. And then finally, at the end, when you have enough pages together that you're happy with, you can tie them together in a book just like I'm doing. I think with my book, I will end up, this is so simple. It's a 3-ring punch that I'm using for these pages. I'm using these little metal rings because I had them in a desk drawer somewhere. And I'm like, oh, that'll hold it together real nice. And they're really easy to open and close to get the pages in. When it's all said and done and I'm happy with the end of it, I'm going to change this camera angle so that you guys can see this. When I'm all said and done and happy with the end of it, I will tie it together more permanently. And I probably am going to use some sort of fancy ribbon to string through there and then tie 3 big bows. Is kind of what I'm envisioning, but I'm not entirely sure. Plus, I will add a closure to this for sure. And I haven't decided yet if I'm going to cover this. It makes me pretty excited that I turned trash into treasure, that I turned this junk envelope, this mailer envelope, into the cover for this book. That kind of gets me excited. So I may end up leaving that. I haven't decided yet. That's for later. Oops, where's my rice paper? So the first thing we're going to do, somebody asked the other day, what is decoupage rice paper? And actually decoupage is the verb. Some people use it to describe glues. Some people use decoupage to describe papers. But decoupage is actually the act of gluing the thing down. So we are going to decoupage this fancy word for gluing this down on the cardstock. It's actually watercolor paper. And then we're going to decorate, embellish it a little bit. And I'm going to use this transfer, which is new to me. I just got this transfer and I want to use it. Let your light shine, Matthew 5, verse 16. And I think it's going to fit right here. I think that's my plan. In fact, might I want to go like that? I'm just trying to decide. If I did that, that would give me a little more room over here to be there. Or do I want to center it? I think I'm going to center it and squish it in. All right, let's just get busy and we'll see. Because I'm not sure. I kind of make up my mind as I go. I think so too. Thank you. Someone said the color is so pretty. Thank you. I think so too. There's Miss Susan. Good morning, Susan. The black and white looks like a ribbon. Oh, Janice says this looks like a ribbon. It has really good depth, actually. It's not ribbon, it's the paper. Isn't that crazy? That's wild, isn't it? I love it. I love it. I love it so much. It looks like black and white ribbon border. I'm so glad you said that, Michelle, because I didn't see it, but I think me seeing the paper in person is a little bit different than what you guys can see on camera. So that's kind of fun that it shows up so realistically to you on camera, right? Okay, what glue do I want to use? Shout out your favorite decoupage glue. What do you guys use? I'm gonna get a little drink of water. Gotta quench my thirst there. Let me grab some glue. Well, let's see. I have Pentart glue. I have Mod Podge. I have Deco Art. You could use like a paste, a medium, like a matte medium. But I think I'm just going to use, I'm really trying hard to use up my, you keep seeing this bottle keeps reappearing because it's a big old bottle and I want to use it up so I can buy a new one. Let's get real. Let's get real. I'm trying to show some discipline where I'm not buying another bottle of Mod Podge until I get rid of what I got. And I have this one. I don't even have any matte Mod Podge left. I have this, which is hard coat. I have a bottle of fabric, Mod Podge. I have a bottle of glossy. It's actually, I transferred it into a different bottle, but I have some of the glossy Mod Podge left. But I just decided I'm trying to have some discipline, and I decided I'm not buying another bottle of Mod Podge until I get through what I got, because I really don't have any more room on my shelves. So I'm just going to use Mod Podge. The reason I'm going to use Mod Podge is I'm going to be able to put it under and glue and put it over to top coat and protect the paper from the sticky transfer. You can use chalk wax if you want, or furniture wax, but that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the Mod Podge because I like the sheen. This hard coat Mod Podge is kind of like a satin sheen is what it leaves. It's not quite, where all my glue brushes are dirty, girls. Oh my gosh, I have I didn't realize I have a cup full of brushes that need to be cleaned. Naughty, naughty me. I didn't clean them yesterday or the day before that. Let's get real honest. I haven't cleaned them in days. Let's just be honest. All right, we're just going to sop on some of this. Don't need the glitter on there, at least not yet. Maybe we'll put some glitter on top, but I don't need any on the bottom. And in fact, you guys, I need enough of this that I'm just going to do this and spread it around. I like the satin sheen that this leaves. So this is what we're going to use. We're going to put underneath to hold it down. We're going to put it over to top coat it. My paper is probably going to get all wrinkly on me, but once I'm done with the project and the top coat has dried, I just put it under, like you can put it underneath your craft mat or underneath something as large as it or bigger and heavy so that it'll flatten out. And it will. It'll just flatten out again for you so that that little bit of warping or curling of your paper, see how it's curling? That little bit of curl will go away. Look at that. Look at how high up off of the table it is. You can get rid of that. Once it's all said and done, you can get rid of it. Don't worry. All right, I'm going to place this down. I don't get super concerned about uber perfect here, but I'm going to try to get this centered here. And you can see, you can still, rice paper is so easy. You can pick it up, you can put it back down, you can reposition it. even after it gets wet, very much unlike a napkin. Napkins are definitely more finicky, as are tissue paper, and some decoupage papers are very finicky. I have a roll of decoupage paper from Tim Holtz that's absolutely beautiful, but it's a tissue paper. Let me see. I think it's right next to me. It's still in the same drawer. I actually have a couple of them. It actually looks like a little parchment paper or a wax paper roll, but it's waxy, and this is thin. So decoupage papers, as they are sometimes called out in the world, they do not all come in with the same features. Some of them are thinner than others. Some are waxy, some are not. Some tear very easily, some don't. Looking good, right? Easy breezy. I think I may take something big and flat. An old credit card works, an old hotel room key that you forgot to turn in, just to make sure there's no bubbles or anything, which there aren't. Then I'm going to go over it now. We're going to go over it with more of this. That's probably too much. Let's just sop it back in the bottle. All right, I want to cover the edges. And I want to cover the actual design because we want it to all have the same sheen. It's not enough to just cover the edges. We want to all have the same sheen, number one. Number two, it's going to really hold it down on the page. And number three, it's going to protect my paper from my chalk Couture transfer. In the end, we're going to be able to chalk over this. And it shouldn't affect the papers at all. It shouldn't rip the papers at all. Oh, this is really lacking right in this area. I don't have enough. So once I get it on there and I feel like it's completely saturated, I have to spread it out a little bit over here. Then I come in and I just go all in the same direction. Most of the time, you're not going to see any of these brush strokes anyway, but I do, just in case if the brush strokes are thick enough, if there's enough product on there, you may see a little bit of a brush stroke resemblance. So I do go back once I've got it all saturated and try all in the same direction to give a smooth, one-directional, what am I trying to say? Look to this, so that if the brush strokes are seen, at least they look somewhat organized. Okay, I went a little bit on my table, so I better clean that up before too long. I've never seen the TH paper that large. What's TH paper? What does that stand for you? TH tissue paper. This is Decoupage Queen A4. This is actually the smallest size. This is the smallest size they sell. I do not carry the bigger sizes because I'm not a furniture. I used to do furniture, but I don't anymore. So I carry this A4 size of papers, and I probably have 60 or 70 different ones in my shop at thecomfynestwithgrace.com. So if you go to the Decoupage Glues and Papers section in my shop, you'll find more papers. You'll find this one and more of them. Oh, Tim Holtz, the Tim Holtz. You've never seen Tim Holtz paper that large. Yeah, I'll show it to you again. Tim Holtz Ideology. Tissue wrap. He calls it tissue wrap. I also have these rolls. Collage paper. He calls this collage paper. So they do have different features. They definitely do. Tim Holtz. I wasn't sure what the TH stood for. So thanks for helping me out there, you Facebook user. Hey, Kim Holloway. Oh, girlfriend, she's doing her housely duties. Good for you. You know what I did this morning, girls? You know, I make bread at least once a week. I make 2 loaves of fresh bread. I found a really easy recipe that I love on King Arthur Baking's YouTube site. It's the one that I use basically all the time. But you make the dough. That takes about 10 minutes to make the dough, and then you let it rise for 2 hours, and then you shape the dough into the bread. I just use cookie sheets. I don't use a pan, like a deep dish pan. I just use a cookie sheet, and I shape the dough into loaves and put it on the cookie sheet, and you let it rise for another 45 minutes while the oven gets warmed up, and then you bake it for a half hour. Not hard, but I don't have the time today, like 2 hours later, to babysit that and switch it over and then You cover it with saran wrap. You put a little Pam on the saran wrap so it doesn't stick to the bread. You let it sit for another 45 minutes. I don't have time for all that. So I'm trying another more easy recipe that I found today, that you make the dough in the morning, takes 10 minutes, and then you just let it sit all day long. And then right before you throw it in the oven, you reshape it. So I'm trying that one today. So wish me luck. I hope it goes good. That's my family duties today. Gannon is home sick again. So Gannon's home with me, and it's a little busier in my house when I'm trying to work and there's a sick child here. He'll come up and ask me, have you eaten anything? Are you hungry, Mom? He's so sweet. I'm going to make something. Are you hungry? And, I'm not used to having somebody here while I'm working. So I thought I better get this done. And today's an extra busy day. I better just do my bread in the morning and hope I can bake it at night. This is the first time I'm trying this recipe. So I'll report back and let you know if the recipe turns out good. So I get it, having to do those duties. You never met a bread. Kim, I love this. She never met a bread that she didn't like. There she is. Kimberly Holloway. That comment is hilarious. Hilarious. Hey, Joyce is saying she likes this paper. Anybody else like it? Listen, I'm not offended. If you say, I absolutely hate it, Grace, I think it's horrific, I didn't create it. I'm not offended if you are honest and say this isn't your jam. It's not my jam either, in the fact that I would never hang this in my house. It's just, it wouldn't match anything that I have in my house. But I like it. I think it's really cool. So we're going to make a journal page out of it. It's a perfect reason for creating in journals. For the things that you're not going to hang on your walls, we put them in books and still get to play with this style, but don't have to commit so much that I'm going to hang it on my wall, if you know what I mean. There is Chris Hunter. Hello, Creating with Chris Hunter, my sweet sister. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing good. I feel like we've lost touch. I know our paths cross while we're online doing our thing and sharing our demonstrations and all that. We stop into each other's lives and say hello, but I feel like we haven't talked in a while. So I hope you're doing good. I know, poor Gannon. So you guys, Gannon went, I need to post about this, and I'm thinking about it a little bit. Gannon and Landon, my two sons, they are junior and senior in high school. They went to state DECA to compete. Gannon doesn't do this stuff. He doesn't leave the house. He's sickly like me. He is in shooting sports. He's in student council. Student council doesn't require any travel. He is in National Honor Society, doesn't require any travel. He's not like Landon, who does like athletic sports where the wrestling team gets on a bus and they're gone for 2 days and then they come home. Landon is really used to the bus. Landon is really used to staying at hotels. Gannon doesn't do this so much. But they went together with a group, a bus of 30 kids to state DECA. They competed, which is awesome. I'm super proud of both of them for practicing, putting themselves out there to be judged by business leaders in that town. Like they get volunteer business leaders to come and judge the kids in their business presentations on how they did, on what their appearance was like, if they made eye contact, like all the things that employers would look for. So I'm really proud of both of them for doing it. But Gannon came home sick. This is from eating Buffalo Wild Wings and Subway and not drinking enough water and all the things. So my poor child, he wants to do these kinds of things, but he's like me. He has a really fragile ecosystem that has to be treated just right. And when it's not treated just right, he's sick. So he's homesick today. My poor baby. He's homesick. I wish he wasn't feeling sick. He has a horrible, like he said, my head is pounding so badly. Like he gets these horrible headaches. He gets a skin irritations all over when he's not eating well, and he gets stomach issues because he has Crohn's. So he's got all three going on today. Yeah, prayers for Gannon. Thank you, Janet. Thank you. Yeah, we do need to catch up, Chris. We need to catch up. We need our Tuesday talks. Even if we did them once a month, Chris, would be better than we're missing them all together. And we're all busy, so I'm not saying it's because of you that we're missing them. We are all busy, all us girls. We got stuff going on. Yes, is this perfect for journaling? I'm giving it a little time to dry while we chat. I better get it. It's still a little wet on the edges, so I'm going to hit it again. It is a funky shape though. It comes out a funky shape. But like I said, just put it up when you're completely done with the project and it's dry. Just stick it under something heavy set of books or something, and it will flatten out just perfectly. Yeah, so my poor Gannon, he's homesick with me. got a super busy day today. We have religious ed tonight. He won't go, I'm sure. But I'm one of the catechists at religious ed. So Landon and I will go to religious ed tonight. Again, I won't be able to make it. So we're trying to get him back on track with drinking water. So you want to hear the story about the hotel and the water thing? Gannon needs to drink a lot of water. If he's not flushing out his system like goes all haywire. He said to me, I said, they both know to bring a water bottle so they don't have to buy water bottles. They can just refill, right? They're staying at a hotel. And he says to me, there's only one working water bubbler / place that I can fill up my water bottle in the whole hotel. I said, what do you mean there's only one? They're all broken down. I said, okay. He said, and there were 6 floors to the hotel. I said, well, just take the elevator. And he said, the elevator's broken. So he's in the middle of doing these sessions. They keep them busy from 8 in the morning or 9 in the morning till midnight. They were busy until midnight. So I said to him, so he can't like leave to walk down 6 flights of stairs. The conference was on the 6th floor. And I said, well, the gym at a hotel always has a water bubbler. Can't you make it your way to the gym? Assuming that the conference was on the 1st floor. Can't you just run over to the gym? He said, it's 6 floors down, because they were 6 floors up. So the kid had like hardly any water that one day. That would have been Monday. It would have been Monday. The poor child. I was like, no wonder you're not feeling good and you have a headache. And he wasn't sleeping. They put 4 or 5 people in a room, so they're all sharing beds, which he's not used to. And my husband kept saying, it's good for him. It's good for him to learn how to cope with all this stuff. But my mama heart's like, I know it's good for him, but I don't like that he's not feeling good. It makes my heart sad. I wish I could just take it all away. Don't you ever wish when your kid is hurting, like, or suffering, like, I would, in an instant, I would take that away from you. I would, but I can't. It is still rather wet, girls. Here's what we're going to do. Let's get this ready. I think this is going to go here. What I have to decide is, let's get it out of the package first so we can really get a feel for the size of this. I may, if this is going to span over the white part and the dark part, I don't think I would like that. So I better put it completely inside, and I think it's going to go over her just a little bit. The other option I would have had, but I'm lazy crafting lately. I don't feel great. You know that about me. If you saw my personal post today, you know I have not been feeling good since basically Christmas. So I've been doing a lot of tired crafting, a lot of lazy crafting, more than I usually do, which is hard to imagine because I have called myself forever the lazy crafter anyway. I will always take a shortcut, always do it the lazy way. I don't like hugely involved and precise things. I like to just play with my stuff. But I want to be happy with the way it looks, but I just want to play. So I usually take shortcuts. So today, normally what I would do is I would paint around these edges with like a complementary color, like black would have been perfect to paint around the edges. But when I put this down on here and I saw the white edges, I actually quite like it. I think it really is striking and it adds really good contrast to the black and white ribbon, as you girls were calling it. I do love the torn edge look, and it really highlights the torn edge more than black would even do. So I like the white around the edges. If I wanted this to span, if it was going to go over this edge of the paper, I probably would have done this black just so it's more in line with the frame and the inside of the photo. But since it's white, I am not going to put this over the edge. I think that'll look kind of kooky. We're going to put it right inside here. And if it goes over her a little, we're just going to live with that. We're going to snug it up as much as I can in this corner. And if the words go over her a little bit, it's actually going to look like almost like a magazine ad or something. You know how they have magazine ads have beautiful photographs, and then over that is the words of the things that they're trying to get across to you. That's what that's going to look like. So that's what we're going to do. Now I have to decide what color paste. What color should I do these letters? You girls, I think I'm tempted to just do white because it's going to be so striking. It's going to show up so well. I think teal would be too dark. I could do white. Can you envision another color? There's a bit of gold around the frame. So maybe a gold or a yellow would work, but you tell me in the comments. I would love to know. There's no right or wrong answer. Literally, there's no right or wrong answer. Just if you were working on this project, what color do you think you would be shooting for? I got to find my paste. I have not done that yet. I'm the lazy crafter, Joyce. It's me. My most recent freebie that I made for you guys, because I asked you the question. You guys, this is so fun. I asked you the question here on the page, what is the obstacle that holds you back from creating regularly? And most of you said time and energy. Well, that wasn't it, but a lot of you, most of you brought up time and energy. So I thought, you know what? I'm the lazy crafter. I got all kinds of ways to create when I don't have time and energy. I am like the epitome of create when you're tired and you have no energy. So I created a list of 10 ways that you can be creative and get that little bit of me time, that little bit of excitement and satisfaction out of creating and playing with your craft supplies without a lot of time or energy. Did you see this little PDF file? I created a list of 10 things that you can print out and you can just bring it to your craft room, put it in your craft box, hang it on your fridge, wherever it makes you happy. And then when you're thinking, I want to create, but I'm too tired, I don't have enough energy, which is just about every night for me, sometimes even in the morning. You can go to this list and you could say, okay, what are Gracie's 10 ways to create when you're too tired and you don't have enough energy? I can't even think of a way that I can be creative. You don't have to think about it. I came up with the 10. I didn't think to put that link to that PDF in the description of this. So I'm going to grab it for you guys. I'm going to grab the link to the Tired Crafting PDF so that you guys can go grab it, print it out, and just keep it close. If you don't have a chalk or like a craft room that you create in, maybe you just have like a Rubbermaid tote with all your craft supplies, like tape it to the top of your box so that when you go to your box and you're like, I'm too tired, literally girls, I'm sometimes too tired to carry the box across the room. I want to work with my fabrics. They're across the room in a bin. I don't even have the energy for that. So I get it. I know what it feels like to feel like crud, but still want to have that therapy time. My crafting is my therapy time and I don't want to miss out on it. And I don't want you to miss out on it. So I came up with this list to help you guys. So there it is. I just dropped it in the comments for you. Click on that link and then you can grab that freebie. It's just like a PDF that you can print out. Okay. I got to grab some paste. I'm thinking white. I didn't see what you guys were suggesting otherwise. Something bright would be good. Something bright. Sorry to be off camera. It is what it is. I had to go. See, I think something bright. I think white would be great, but something bold and bright yellow would be awesome too. I think I'm going to go with white. It's a little crinkly. Still a little crinkly. And actually, the back of this feels more damp than the top, so it's not completely dry. But the top is dry, and I think it's dry enough. Again, I will remind you, do as I say, don't do as I do. We want to show you the project in its entirety before we hang up, generally. That's generally the goal, to get you inspired, show you something really quick and simple that you can do. However, if your paper is still a little damp, do not rush it. Do this part of it. Consider that your 15 minutes of craft time for the morning. Go walk away, have your lunch, walk the dog, check the mail, go do your errands, have coffee with your girlfriend, whatever you're doing. Come back in the evening and do the second part. Give this time to cure and to dry completely before you move on. It happens sometimes when I'm live and I move on because I want to show you entirely and it rips the paper. Because even though we have a top coat or we have wax on it, it just didn't have enough time to cure. So trust me when I tell you, if you have the time, take the time. Take the time. I'm digging for my little box or my little, I love this. This is a little Couture. It's almost like a pencil keeper, right? But it really holds a lot. The way it's shaped, it has a little handle here. It has a little Couture thing there. It's got like this mesh fabric on the outside that's waterproof. But look at how big it opens up. It holds so much stuff, and I just need a squeegee. And I think I'm going to go with this size. Let me go with that size. That's the regular size one. Gold, silver, or red. Ooh, red would be really striking, Joyce. I know, I don't. Kim, you're so smart. She says, you don't like yellow, Grace. I don't like yellow. But this is the beauty of creating in books, right, Kim? I don't like yellow, but I think it would be really cool on here to have like a super bright color like the yellow. And because I'm not going to hang it on my wall, so I have the complete freedom. It's not going. I could do yellow if I want, right? Do you think I should be bold and do yellow? You guys tell me. I'm going to let you decide. Because it's not going on my wall. If I was really going to hang this somewhere in my house, or if it was going to be like if I was doing this design on a tote bag, which I could totally do too, I would not do yellow because I don't like yellow. But I do think yellow would be very cool on this design and in a chalk journal, in your art journal, in your junk journals, when you're playing and creating. That's the place to take risks. That's the place to use the yellow when you don't normally use yellow, to experiment. I'm just fuzzing this thing. I'm like sticking it on my shirt and pulling it off just to get it a little less sticky because it's brand new and it's pretty darn sticky. I absolutely love this phrase. I'm so happy that Couture came up with this in a little design. The stencil message, Andrea, let me show it to you again. Let your light shine. It's from Matthew 5, verse 16. It's brand new. I just got it. And it's just called Let Your Light Shine. So if you want to go to my site, you can grab it if you want to. Yellow. Jolene says yellow. Kimberly, you talked me into it. She says, you just talked yourself into that yellow. Ruth, I think the yellow would be cool too. And I know it's hard for you to see, but right here is probably the best place to see. There's a little bit of, it's not yellow, but it's like a gold. It's probably like a gold wax that's on that. The frame looks like a crusty old distressed ornate frame with gold and then teal. And those little raised up parts of the frame have gold. So it's yellowish. It's not quite gold. I don't think that the gold would show up as vibrantly and wouldn't give as much contrast as the yellow. I have gold paste. I just don't think it'll show up as well. I love it too, Andrea. Let your light shine. Let your light shine. All right, girls. Andrea's like making me think I better go grab this link for you guys. I tried to make it as simple and easy for you guys as possible to find the stuff that you're looking for. Let me find it for you. Let your light shine. I think it's a brand new design. Just came out. I got to find it. I'm not even seeing it on my own website. How is that possible? What is going on here? If I can't find it, it really makes me worried for you to try to find it. If it takes me a hot minute, it's going to take you a hot minute. So let's just see if I can find it, girls. Where did you go? Let my light shine. Let my light shine. Usually I'm able to find stuff if I just go and type it in. They're making some changes at Couture. I don't know if you've noticed this lately, ladies. Are you getting your emails? Are you reading your emails? Because there are some big changes that came on May 1st. I'm going to go. I can't believe I can't find it, you guys. Let's go to new. Can we find new and done? They have a one and done. Where's the new stuff? Shop. What's new? It's not showing up. If I just look at chalk transfers in that size, if I go right to the transfers in that size, it's not showing. It might just be, it is. It's in the new section, I bet. Listen, they're making so many changes at Couture. I feel like I'm relearning so much. So as I'm relearning, I'm going to try to make it as easy as possible for you guys. No, I can't find it, girls. I'm going to have to find it later for you. Literally cannot find it. What is the deal? Let your light shine. If I put the whole name in, does it pop up? Maybe it's sold out. No, it's just not coming up. Sorry, darlings. Sorry. Oh, Debbie, we have a new perks program. In addition to Club Couture, there's now a different program called Perks Program for customers if you're interested. You can be both a Club Couture member and a Perks member at the same time, but the benefits change based on which program or programs you're in. Pretty cool. All right, look at the new design of these Chalk Couture transfers. When in 2000 and when did I join? 2019? Yeah. When I joined Chalk Couture, was it then? They were really thick and you couldn't see through them. But now that you can see through them, we can actually see exactly where the placement is of the letters, which is really nice about these new designs, like this new type of transfer that they're creating. I can get this right on there, right on the edge. I actually think my Y was a little bit on the frame, so I'm going to move it over just a tish more because the Y, guys, my head might be getting the camera here for a second. The Y is a little bit further to the left than any of the letters, even though they're all left justified. And now I think I'm not straight. Now I think I'm a little bit wonky. I got to pull it. All right, let go. It's nice though, because I can see right through it. Should I do yellow? I only saw one person say do yellow. Yes, look it up, Debbie, or read your emails because you are a club member, aren't you? So you should be getting some emails kind of explaining it. And the new perks program is like when you go to my Chalk site, it's the very first thing that you see is a description of the new perks program. So maybe that's what I should do is just give you the Chalk site for you guys to make it so easy for you to find it. And then you can go read up on it. And just let me know what questions you have because I'm learning as much as you guys. Okay, let's see. Do yellow. Kim says do yellow. Andrea says, go yellow. All right, Jolene. Jolene's voting for yellow. See, Jolene, you were the first one that I saw that said do yellow. All right, the girls are saying yellow. Let's do it. We're going to be bold and we're going yellow, even though I'm not a fan. All right, I purposely am not pushing on everything. I'm only going to push down on the parts that I'm going to chalk because I don't want to add any unnecessary stickiness to this that I don't have to. Like this being up on this edge, it's fine because we want to minimize the possibility that it might get stuck and rip up the paper, which again, if you give it time to dry, an appropriate amount of time, it shouldn't do that to you. But I'm kind of rushing it, right? Let's get down. Let's get down low. Let's get down low. There we go. I feel like I have more energy this morning, and I think it's because of the breakfast that I ate. What do you guys do for breakfast? Like, what's your breakfast of choice? I have been eating oatmeal for a couple of weeks. Like, I don't know why. I don't normally eat oatmeal. I normally avoid oatmeal because of the carbs, but it's good energy source. It's all natural. It's good fiber, like all the things. So I'm like, okay, I've been eating more oatmeal lately, like old fashioned. I boil the oats and make it that way. But today I had eggs and I think the protein in the eggs has got me all amped up. I think it's the protein. I need to get more protein, girls. I feel good. Like the oatmeal is a comfort food. I put like brown sugar in it and cinnamon. I put some raisins in there, but it's probably like the high carb count is probably drags me down in energy. Today I had eggs and I'm like, woo! I'm doing yellow for goodness sake. That tells you something. We're doing yellow. Let your light shine. Oh, let's hope this does not tear. Please don't tear. Oh, it didn't. It didn't. It did just perfect. What do you think of the yellow? Oh my gosh, you guys, how easy. I know we've been chatting a while because I've been totally enjoying your company. It's completely selfish. I've been chatting with you, talking to me about Gannon, talking to you about what? I don't even know what I'm talking about. Just life, right? Talking about my breakfasts, talking to you about how to create when you're too tired. We're just chatting. But literally, if I weren't chatting so much with you, this would have taken 15 minutes to do. All we did was glue down the paper, put a top coat, dry it, and do the chalk thing. And look at how freaking beautiful that is. Isn't it great? Like, we're talking easy breezy cover girl kind of creating here. So simple. In fact, I think I can even get my little 3-hole punch and we can get this right in the book, because once that paste dries, it's good to go. I don't have to do anything else to it. All right, first of all, let me, before I get yellow everywhere, which I'm already doing, let me put this aside. Hold on, girls. We got to do a little cleanup. Let me get this put away before I see. I already got yellow there, which means I could get it on my shirt. I could get it on this project. I could get it anywhere. Okay, that's that. I do need to let that dry. It is a little bit distressed, and that is the design. You can see in the N, like there's a little bit of the yellow missing. It's a little scratchy looking on the R, on the T, but that's the design. It was meant, that's how the transfer was designed, to be a little scratchy. Not too terribly distressed, but a little bit scratchy. So what I've been doing when I'm finished with a page, so that I know exactly where to do the holes, so that they're all sitting in the book in the same position. Like, I don't want one to be holes punched here and one, I'm trying to make sure that every time I'm punching holes that they're in the same place on the paper, because I've been just using 9x12 papers. So if I can get them all in the same place, that's really good, right? So what I do is I lay this on top of the page in front of it, or like the page right here. And then here I can say the pages are lined up. I know right there is where I need to punch a hole, and either use a little piece of chalk or a regular pencil. I actually have chalk pencils that are easily to erase. So I can do this. If I can get the first hole lined up there, then I know the rest of them are going to be in the right place. So I got my good old fashioned 3-hole punch. Who would have known you'd ever use this thing again? And I'm going to stick it in there, punch my holes, and that'll go in there beautifully. I do like to date stamp. So I got my little old-fashioned date stamper here. Let's see what it says. It's still in February. That's the last time I date stamped something. What is today's date? Is it the 5th? Is it the 5th? It's the 6th. What is it? See if I can see this. And I think I'll do it in black because it'll match so good. So I'm just going to get a black ink pad, my archival ink, and I'm just going to do it in the corner. I do like to date just so I know when I made it. And I've been basically doing this once a week. This thing is backwards. When I look at it this way, it's backwards, you guys. So sometimes I have to do it. I have to like stamp. I'm going to get something out of the garbage here. A piece of paper. That's not paper. That's like wax paper. Here's just a piece of paper. I have to do it. Now, see, it says March 60. It's not March 60th. That's why my brain can't work efficiently. It is March. Wait, Gracie, there's 6, 0. I need 6, 0. It's backwards for me. So when I look at it, it all messes my head up. All right, here we go. I think I got it right. March 6th. Plus, it doesn't say March 6th. It says 6 March 2024. It's messing with my brain, people. I don't have enough brain capacity for those kind of mess ups. I know it seems like a simple task, but when you're exhausted and you're dealing with chronic pain and it's like you can't sleep and all the things, I know, yada, yada, yada. All the excuses, as my husband would say, they're all excuses, Gracie. March 6th. Thank you. Thank you, Christina. I didn't even know you were here. Hi, Christina Martin. Joyce, she says, my favorite breakfast is eggs, soda crackers, coffee. Very common breakfast in Puerto Rico. Today, I had some leftover soup since I'm cold. Joyce, I'm like you. I have no problem eating like last night's chicken and rice for breakfast. And that probably, when I was on the restrictive diet a few years ago, most breakfast foods don't jive with a restrictive autoimmune protocol diet. So I was eating like bacon and salad for breakfast, or chicken and rice. No, I wouldn't eat rice, but chicken and maybe spinach or something like that for breakfast. Always a vegetable and a meat, Yeah, so I'm good with savory at breakfast. But soda crackers is not something I would have thought of with eggs. It's actually a lot lighter than eating toast. So I do, and I appreciate that. You're being kind of quiet today, Christina. Well, girl, I'm sending you some hugs, whether you need them or not. I'm sending you some hugs and hearts, friend. Right to you. Be your quiet self. We love you just the same. Maybe add something yellow on the bottom corner, like a flower or a button. Oh, wait, first let's get Christina off there. She's saying put something yellow over here. What do you guys think? You could, you absolutely could. You could, we could take this and just find another design, like a little butterfly or something. Like, should I try to find a little butterfly design to put right here? I do too. Janice says she loves the yellow. Who would have thunk it, right? I am not a fan of yellow, but Michelle says she loves it. Oh, Denise loves it. Look at all you girls. I love it. Oh, Jolene says love, 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 two loves. That's uber love. I love it. Look at how that yellow looks, right? Who would have thunk it? I am not a yellow fan. I don't know if any of you love yellow or if you don't, but sometimes even the colors you don't like, they go great on a project. I'm so glad you convinced me yellow because I think it actually stands out more than even the white would because it's a little warmer. And like I said, it's going in a book. So even though I don't love yellow, and even though this is not my style at all, I think this is freaking cool. I think it's awesome. And it's really fun to just do something different, something I normally wouldn't do. Really fun. So book crafting, art journaling, chalk journaling, creating in books in any way or form, in paper or in your journals, is like a super rewarding way to create. Especially if you don't have a lot of time and energy. It's a super great way to create because you can do it in layers. You can open your book, do the first layer. I ran out of time. I got to go make supper, or the kids are calling me, or my mom needs me, or whatever. You walk away, you go do the things that you need to do. And when you come back, your book is still there. You open the project back up to that page and you keep going with your project. It was the perfect choice. I agree, Joyce. Totally agree. A light bulb. Oh, Betty, let your light shine. What a fun idea. Or a flame would work, like anything that would represent light. That a candle, a flame, a lantern, anything like that would work. It would, I think so too, Janice. So see, that's so interesting that she said that. She said this would look great on a shirt. I totally agree with you. This would be an awesome shirt. I don't want to hang it on my wall, but I love the design for a shirt. I love that you said that. Hey, Stephanie, I'm so glad you love it. Look at that little cowgirl avatar. That's really cute. That's really cute. Okay, so if you didn't grab it, grab the Tired Crafting thingamajiggy, the PDF that gives you 10 ways that you can tired craft. This is, you guys, you had answered my question. What are the obstacles that you have to creating on a regular basis? And most of you said time and energy. You said some other things too, but time and energy were overwhelmingly part of your answers. So I created a list of 10 ways that I create when I am tired and I have low energy, which is basically every day. Every day. So that's my lazy mode. I say lazy, but I say lazy trying to be funny. I have chronic inflammation and I have chronic pain. So it's not really lazy. It's really doing myself injustice to say that. It's just a fun way to say it. It's not lazy crafting. I'm just literally too tired. I don't have any energy. I'm full of fatigue. So I came up with the 10 ways that I most often create when that's the case for me to share with you, hoping that it'll help you create more often, because that's all I want for you, is for you to have more time creating and doing what you love. Time and energy. I know. A firefly. Kim Osborne. Hello, sweet friend. A firefly is a great idea. I'm going to be thinking about this. And see, that's the other thing about working in books. Got this in a book. Sometimes I'll like this. I don't know. Do I have a firefly? Do I have a candle? Do I have a lantern? I love all these ideas. At one point, I'm going to come across one of those things and be like, aha, there it is. There's the firefly I was looking for. And then I can come back to this page and put it on there. So I love that idea. Thank you for sharing. Yes, Betty, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not lazy. I'm saying lazy crafting because, well, sometimes I am lazy. I'll be honest, sometimes I am lazy, but right now it's because I have limited capabilities physically. So it is a limitation physically. Yeah. I want to do stuff, but I'm just too tired. I know that you get me. I know some of you girls, you just get it. That's my life. That's me too. Me too, Betty. Girl, I'm with you. I am with you in that. That's why I came up with this list. I'm going to drop the link to that list again, just to make it easy for you to find it. It's also pinned to the top of the page, but there it is. 10 ways to craft when you're too tired, but you can still get that little me time, that little craft therapy time. I hope you'll find some time today to make something pretty that brings your heart joy, even if it's with a color you don't love. It's still pretty, and I love this, and it brings me so much joy to share it with you guys today. Thank you for being here. All you Watts of Love givers from last month or this month, anytime, thank you for donating to Watts of Love. Congratulations to Cheryl Kelly. She is the Watts of Love Shutout Prize winner for the month of February. As you're ordering from my site, don't forget to round up, because I will put your name on the wheel of names and randomly choose somebody who donates to Watts of Love through my site to send a little prize package to. Oh, Jeanette, I can see you, friend. Hello, hello. How are you, my California friend? You're welcome, Miss Betty. You're welcome. Yes, Joyce understands limitations. She's agreeing with you, Betty. All right, girls, have a beautiful, blessed day. Thanks for being here with me. Thanks for sharing the love of creating and crafting time, but more than that, the love of just girl time, fellowship time. Thanks for being here. Love y'all. God bless you. Bye.